What's up, everybody? The maple maniacs out there, the maple, Japanese maple fans,
yeah,
maple mafia, the dude hiding in the bathroom watching this video right now. We're back. The boys are back up in this piece.
What's up, guys? What's up? We're hanging out today in the greenhouse. We're a little bit different setting today. We got some rain moving through the area. That's okay, because we need it. It's been a dry summer here. In the mountains, we need a little bit more of that rain coming in. But we always appreciate you guys tuning in to the MrMaple Show. We got a great lineup for you. We got 10 plants we're going to highlight today. Now, these are just the 10. There's actually 20 going to be hitting that list. You can get the full listing on our email if you sign up for our weekly email. We do this every Tuesday, every Thursday. This is the 10 at 10 for 9/30/2025.
Oh, yeah. And guys, before we get started today, I've been noticing a couple comments, and we are open to all questions, but we just want to preface this 10 at 10 by saying most of the maples that we sell are going to work in that 5 through 9 area, in those zonings. A lot of them are going to leaf out depending on condition. You know, sometimes the sun can, if you got something that's in a little bit more sun, it can leaf out before the thing's in shade.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if there is any kind of zone difference, if there is any kind of like late leafing out or any kind of interesting habit that would make it easier to grow certain things in different areas, most of the time we're going to highlight it on that. But we're coming into it with our assumptions, and maybe we shouldn't assume, but that most of those maples are going to work in that perfect kind of 5 through 9 area.
Yeah, so let's do this right here. So let's say we'll make a little bit of bullet points for you guys. If it's shirasawanum, japonicum, subuldianum, pseudo-subuldianums, those are all going to get into those later leaf. So those are typically leafing out later in the season in spring than your other palmatum types. There are a few palmatum types that leaf out earlier than others. But it's mainly conditional to your area. I mean, some of the really spring interest ones like Katsura, Orange Dream, some of those leaf out really early. But palmatum in general, this depends on your conditions and sunlight versus shade, where you have it in a pot, you have it in the ground. All those variables are going to play into when your tree leaves out. So we just wanted to help kind of clarify some of that. You guys were wondering, when does each one of these trees leaf out? Well, depending on the cultivar, depending on the species, there's a lot of variability to that, and depending on where you're at in the country and the conditions in your garden play a lot of factors into that. But we just wanted to kind of talk about that real quick for you guys and clear up some questions.
Yeah, man, and let's start off with an awesome Acer shirasawanum Johin, man.
Yeah, man, this is a cool cultivar, one I'm really familiar with. I got this early on in my collecting days, fell in love with it. Really dark foliage, especially in those like later summer months. You can get some nice purple tones. Leaves out kind of these dark pinker colors, a little bit of blushing over that dark green. Depending on your sun versus shade, kind of plays some variables into the color spectrum you can get with this plant.
Yeah, I mean, this one is always, it's one that's easily recognizable in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Just kind of the color it gets, the leaf shape definitely helps a lot. But these kind of purplish, reddish shirasawanums, man, they stand out. I mean, they are all really cool. I love the leaf shape on this one. It kind of has almost like a little curl to it as well. Most of the times I've seen it. And that kind of like royal purplish color that it gets is just really amazing. And it's going to pair nicely with some of those other classic shirasawanums as well, man. You know, Arium.
Yeah.
Maybe newer ones like Yellow Canary too, man.
Yellow Canary, man. Yeah, I love thinking about the contrast. You have shirasawanum, which typically you're thinking of that golden full moon style. This gives you some different color spectrums outside of that. And great pairing with that too, man. Doing an RM next to this would look so nice. Like I said, if you put this in some deeper shade, you can get some of those like almost like these chocolate tones sometimes in the late summer. You get these kind of like these dark burgundies, almost looks like a kind of a chocolate tone to it. Really nice contrast. I mean, I remember me and my wife used to joke around about this tree because, you know, I fall in love with Japanese maples. And, you know, the song, there's a song out there, it's called Jolene. but we sing it with Joheen because trying to steal her man, you know, just because she can, because it's a beautiful tree. But definitely one, I absolutely love this one. You guys got to pick up a Joheen, shirasawanum, really cool cultivar.
Yeah, man, you put this in the garden, you'll be singing, man.
That's right. All right, guys, we got another great cultivar for you today. We got Acer palmatum Shaina.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is beautiful, and that's why it's named that, because Shaina means beautiful in Hebrew, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, this is a red maple nursery introduction by Dick Wolf. Really cool, nice little broom you have here. This is a super dwarf variety. We're talking like 3 to 4 feet in height and width in like 15 years. So, I mean, this can fit in so many spaces in your garden. You know, you could tuck this in around other plants to really add some pops of color. You can put this as a feature plant. I mean, I love these for containers. This is a great variety for that. Nice round red ball. Just creates just a nice little shape on it. I love these dwarf brooms like this.
Yeah, the brooms are beautiful, man. And I know I just joked about that before, but sometimes you run out of words to describe Japanese maples, man. I feel like I need to start looking at that thesaurus, man,
right,
for everybody, man, so I can describe them a little bit better. But I think what stands out to this one is that story, because like there's that sense of community kind of baked into this one.
Right.
You know, it's named after somebody's daughter, but it was a gift from like a master to a student, right, or like somebody who's just beginning.
Super
and
cool.
I think like that's awesome, and like that's what the community is all about. You know, it's like Matt and Tim are successful because everybody that's come before them and kind of helped them along to name a lot of stuff, man. And I think that's what's so cool about gardening is like you run into people who really want to help foster your kind of growth in your knowledge, in your horticultural expertise. And it's so amazing, man. And like this is a great plant to maybe give as a gift. It's going to be a good starter. You know, these witches brooms have so much visual interest, man. I love the diversity of that leaf morphology and how no one leaf really looks the same. And then the density of this one really kind of brings it to light, especially during that springtime and those fall times. You're just going to have like a little ball of fire over there in the corner, in the walkways, anywhere you want to put this one.
Definitely a cool tree you guys need to add to your collection. All right, guys, we got another great tree today. We got Acer palmatum Scolopendrifolium.
Yeah, man, I know that there's kind of like this joke around this tree that kind of sounds like a disease or something. I feel like I lean more towards like an evil villain or something. Like this is like, you know, the Scolopendrifolium.
Yeah.
They're calling for war against our fantasy kind of castle or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely could hear that phone call to your boss, be like, man, I just can't make it in today. I got a Scolopendrifolium, and it's getting really big.
Flaring up,
it's
man.
an XL at this point. But anyway, so guys, we got some cool trees for you today. This is an awesome linear lobum Japanese maple. I love the linear lobum styles, man. They give you such kind of this open, airy feel in the garden. And this one gets out there pretty quick. This is going to get you about 20 feet in 15 years. So definitely gets out there quick on this. You know, I love just that texture that they provide, because that leaf shape is so different than your typical like palmatum, or even get into like the full moon types. You know, it just gives you that thread-like feel. Really nice texture in the garden.
Yeah, linear lobums are amazing. And this is like, I won't say it's like the progenitor of like all of them, but I know that fairy hair and red clouds, sister seedlings from this plant. So that kind of shows you the diversity and how interesting this one is. Another cool thing is I believe we saw one of these at JD Viridis' house whenever I went there a couple of years ago with Matt and Tim. And I mean, it means a lot that he was collecting it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That guy's no maple slouch. I mean, he wrote the book. And it's just really cool, man, to think about kind of that genetic diversity. I think Talon in his blog writes about how 10% of the seedlings that come from this plant kind of show that fairy hair look to it, which is really awesome. It makes you think like, well, what else can we do? You know, I know there's some variegated linear lobums, but they're not super accessible. And maybe, you know, you got a little breeding program at home and you got some awesome plants. Dude, this is one to add to the collection because it's just really going to give that dynamic approach. And then during fall time, dude, that thing looks dope.
Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit different fall color than your typical linear lobums in the green. You're going to get some reds in the fall, where normally you go in more yellows and orange color. So this gets some nice reds in the fall. And what we have here today, just to give you guys an example, this is our XL size. This is available, and then we have our regular 1 gallons. So when you go to check out, you can select which variety that you're. Now these ship in a box, different box than these, but just depends on what size you're interested in. If you know, this gives you a little bit more right away presence in the garden, but if you're going to go into a container, something like that, a smaller 1 gallon is a good way to start. But I love this plant. I think it's super cool that we got this available today, especially in a couple of variety sizes.
Dude, XLs are like my favorite, man. Like, I know I'm a little, you know, I got the first pick of stuff here at MrMaple, dude. And something that, you know, I can understand, the XLs don't appeal to everybody, man. But I'm telling you, you get an XL, it's going to look amazing. Especially after you get it put in the garden, dude. And you got that instant appeal for, you know, just a little bit of an upcharge.
Right.
I think it's worth it.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Got an awesome white pine. Japanese white pine, one of my favorite varieties of pine. We got Fukuzumi, guys. This is an awesome one. This one, all right, I'll tell you the zones on this one, 5 through 7. So some of you guys in those warmer climates, you might have to miss out on this unless you're just some kind of horticultural mad scientist. But Fukuzumi, roughly translating, and this is my Google AI translation, horns of good fortune. Why do they call it that, Brian?
Well, I think it's because of the habit. This thing has a really nice, low spreading habit. And everything that we've kind of seen, it kind of takes on these really unique shapes. It's like 2 big horns that shoot out side to side, creating kind of this low, mounding looking white pine. I love the Pinus parvifloras, the Japanese white pines. They have so many exciting, interesting cultivars. It's kind of like, I get kind of nerdy about it because, you know, I'm into maples and it's a rabbit hole that you go down to. But if you get into like the white pines, you start collecting all the different cultivars. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm always geeking out about the white pines. I love Fukuzumi. It gives you a really nice, smaller size for your landscape. So you can fit this in a lot of cool spots in the garden. I definitely think that that plateau kind of flat top that it gets is really cool. Definitely a kind of a unique shape for a white pine.
Yeah, man, I think that shape that it shows kind of evokes like a similar feeling to something like Goldilocks that I've seen. We have another Pinus parviflora, Goldilocks. Yeah. It has like a bull-shaped horns and it kind of goes out. I just liked how that looks, man. I really think like that creates a really dynamic shape. Not only do you have like kind of this nice spreading thing that's still a decent height, but you kind of drive those visual lines across your garden outward. So it's like anything that creates a sense of movement. I know Sean's always talking about movement in the garden. It's important, man. You want to be led through your garden with your eyes. Yeah. At least for me, you know, there's other ways you can do it. Do it through scent, do it through maybe, I don't know, touch. So this thing's awesome. One of my favorite things about white pines too, and this is a little, you know, unorthodox for most people. Dude, I just love like smacking the needles out of it, dude. Like it just is so nice, man. It's like you don't really have to do too much work, but it's like you're helping the tree so much, man, by taking those kind of needles out, getting the airflow back in there.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. The other day I was joking around with some maple friends. Now they're like pretty hardcore maple friends, so I don't know if they got my joke or not, but I was like, you know what I love about conifers is they appreciate a good flogging every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, just smack them around a little bit, knock off the summer needles that are starting to fall. But really cool variety for you guys today. We got these in some 2-gallon sizes. These are great for containers. These are great for bonsai. So many different uses in the landscape for this. That silvery blue needle is just crazy color. Can't really get that with maples in your garden, so you got to get into the conifer world. And with Pinus parviflora, the white pines, can't go wrong with that. Today we got Fukuzumi.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, we got another exciting plant for you today. We got some nice 2-gallon size Twombly's Red Sentinel.
Oh yeah, this one is pretty amazing. You know, we have that Shaina. That one has more of a ball-shaped witch's broom. This one's going to be nice and columnar. And something I learned while I was in Japan at Tsukasa Maple Nurseries was that, you know, cutting that second flush of growth on this one can really help it keep that super columnar shape. You can really manicure it. And dude, seeing this kind of in a pyramidal shape, like as it kind of grows and you know, you're doing that corrective pruning on it, I think that's my favorite way to grow this one now, you know, because I've kind of seen these nice like pillars, but dude, something about like a conical broom shape that's just nice and like strong, man, is just so cool on this tree.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you can do also to affect that shape is getting this out into the sun. This is a very heat tolerant plant, so you can grow this out in the sun, and it helps it kind of keep that more narrow shape. You get it tucked into too much shade, you'll get a little bit wider of a plant. Now, it definitely doesn't, you know, take away anything from the plant. Still great, beautiful spring color, nice reds in the spring, going to those crazy scarlet reds in the fall as well. So this thing is always putting on the show, kind of grabbing your interest. And I love the broom leaves, man. The little rounded lobes that you get on there, it kind of just creates a unique texture. It just kind of plays all the way up the tree, especially like these columnar styles. It just kind of draws your eye up, and you just kind of follow all those different styles of leaves all the way up the plant. Gets me excited thinking about it, man.
Yeah, dude, it's like, it's cool how, you know, usually with a regular Japanese maple, they have that kind of shape that you can kind of stick with, and, you know, that's kind of upright or kind of spreading. I just think it's so cool whenever you have like something like this. Like, you could really kind of go crazy with like your pruning style, man. Like, remove some of these branches, kind of focus on like some of them. Like, it'll be interesting to see like a Miyawaki method of like a Twombly's, like where you have these floating kind of clouds,
little pads
like,
and things. Yeah, I could see that definitely. You could play off of that, let the trunk come up, and then let this branch kind of come out, create some different unique shapes with it. It's a lot of fun when you get into your own garden, because you can kind of explore and kind of just try different things and see how, you know, how you can style your trees. I get into that too. I'm all about pruning and styling my plants. But these are going to be like instant gratification sizes for you guys today. 2 gallons, put this out in the landscape, bam, falls right around the corner. So these are about to light up in some beautiful fall colors for you guys. Pretty excited to offer Twombly's Red Sentinel.
Oh yeah, 5 through 9. All right, man. Next up, we got Acer and Fred's Wild Dream, man. I mean, me and him must have been on the same wavelength, man, because I think I had a pretty wild dream last night, man. That I missed out on this awesome sized tree that we got right here in front of us. More of a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of dreams that Fred was having, but they were wild, man. I don't know if they were like fever dreams or something, man. You know, that'd be pretty intense. But this is an awesome, newer, reticulated style Japanese maple. We got some great sizes for you guys today. These are well branched, good caliper. Really excited to see these. I actually have not seen this cultivar in this size yet, so it's really nice to kind of get a little bit better understanding of what this does in a bigger size. Really nice, kind of like these soft kind of peach colors, cream and peach colors, little pink blushes over top of that, dark veining on that reticulation. Really cool style of Japanese maple. I love it.
Yeah, and if you hear us saying that word, reticulation, that just means that you can actually see the veining inside the leaf. I know they have reticulated pythons. I think, you know, you'll see reticulated plants in the house plant community as well. But it just means kind of like this double layer of color that happens where the veining of the leaf is one color, and then the actual, I guess, meat of the leaf, like the margin, like the actual leaf itself will be a different color. And Mr. Talon Buckholtz himself, that dude loves some reticulated plants. And apparently so did Fred. This story is pretty cool. You know, Talon has these like rising stars where, you know, he gets, you know, you have to look at these plants for like 7 years. Right. I think, what is it, 7, 5, 7 or something like that. Kind of watch one plant grow for 5 years and then graft it after that. And 5 of the closest plants that you have for 7 years.
Right, yeah.
So it's really cool. this one was sitting in that pile of where it kind of was like right on that line of, you know, worthy of entering. But then somebody came around, they said, oh man, what's this one? I think I'll pick this up. It was two nurserymen, and Talon started looking at this tree a little bit different, man. And I think that happens to some of us, man. You don't really understand what you got until somebody else says, man, that looks nice. And then you're like, hey, Fred's right, man. So Talon held on to it. He's like, let me graft a couple of those. You'll get one of the first grafts. And that's how we got Fred's Wild Dream, man.
Yeah, really cool cultivar for you guys. Newer one out there. These aren't around very much out there right now, so especially in this size. So definitely an opportunity to pick one of these up. You know, I was really liking the fall color on this. Is really, really vibrant. I mean, it's like, I mean, just based on the pictures, I've not seen one of these in person in fall color yet, but based on the pictures, what I've seen, man, it's like so close to almost like Osakazuki realm. It's like this electric red color, really vibrant.
Almost like a Deshojo in springtime, like, but in the fall time, dude.
It's wild, man, and you can almost still see the veining too in that fall color. It's really nice. So the transition of colors on this, I think, is really exciting. You get those like kind of creamy tones, softer tones in the spring, and then you get those really like bright, bold colors in the fall. So it's kind of a nice like transition throughout the season. But great plant to be offering to you guys today. Pick one up. All right, guys, we got another exciting maple for you right here. What do we got, Corbin?
Guys, I know some people wake up in the mornings, man. They wish they was just as young and chipper as me, man. Guys, well, I might not be able to sell you, you know, that snake oil that'll make you feel exactly that way. But I can bring that youthful wonder to your garden with this fountain of youth, man.
Yeah, I love the weeping style Japanese maples. And then we talk about this a lot. I love plants that like break all the rules and kind of take you into some new things. And this gives you a Matsumura style leaf on that weeping Ryusen style growth habit. So it's really wild. I love just how that plays off of that weeping style because it gives it a more like airy feel. Whereas like with Ryusen, it creates more of like a full kind of fit, and you don't really see into the structure, whereas with Fountain of Youth, it's kind of got a little bit more of an airy feel to it, so you see a little bit more of that structure. Really cool, man. I've seen these grown in hanging baskets. They look amazing in hanging baskets. We got some low grass for you today. A lot of them great little shapes already. Even when they're young plants, I love how they just kind of go wild and create all these unique shapes. Now you can stake these up, give them some height, and then let them cascade down from there. But we got some nice low grafts today. Yeah,
man. I mean, this is like a perfect plant for me because I'm a little indecisive. I don't know if that shows in the videos or not, but you know, I'm kind of like, I have a hard time picking that ice cream flavor, man. And I think this is kind of like that perfect mix. You know, sometimes you want kind of that fatter like palmate leaf, and then you also like that kind of lacier, airy feel. Meet somewhere in the middle right here with this, you know, Fountain of Youth. And it's really beautiful, honestly. I got to see a large one at Buckholtz, and I think this one, honestly, in my opinion, I like staking it up, but also just watching it kind of crawl across the landscape is so cool. This is one I think you're definitely going to want to add just because of how interesting the actual like genetics are, how it's just like that little bit different, and yeah, this will keep you youthful. Maybe not for real, but like keep that wonder going in that mind, man.
Absolutely, yeah. I love the fact too that this one gets some really nice fall color. You get some bright kind of orange reds with a little bit of like yellows sprinkled in there. I remember whenever we had one across from Matt's house, it was like the perfect morning, the sun shining, perfect fall color. I'm like, grab the camera, we gotta go capture it, man. Check out those pictures, it's awesome. I just love the way that thing just illuminates. Kind of gives you a nice kind of picture of what you're about to see coming into the fall months here up ahead. So definitely a cool plant for you guys today. This is a Mr. Maple introduction, Area 51, Pendulous Treasures.
5 through 9.
Gotta have it.
Guys, it's your lucky day because we got lemon, lime, lace.
Lemon, lime, lace. Man, I love this cultivar. This is a nice lace leaf Japanese maple, but that lace leaf is like super fine. Super fine, man. It's really, really intricate dissected leaf on this. I love when the plant kind of creates this dynamic thing that just draws you in, makes you look a little bit closer. Get the camera out. I mean, it's so hard to capture just because it's so fine on that leaf. You almost need like a background underneath it just to show the texture of that leaf off. But I love lemon lime lace, man. We got some nice 1 gallon steak today.
Yeah, dude, this is a refreshing tree, like almost like a lemon lime beverage or something like that, man. You know, sometimes, I mean, you're used to just seeing those red lace leaves, you know, and sometimes you're like, man, I want something different, man. You want to channel that inner Tim. You want to get some yellow in the garden, man. So guess what? You get hooked up with this, man. I mean, similar thinness of the leaves to like something like filigree or something like that, man. You know, it's super thin. It's very airy, wispy in the garden, has this really nice appeal, especially with that kind of spring interest of those yellows and that summer color.
Yeah.
Adding like that kind of airiness of yellow to the garden really will pull out a lot of the other colors in the garden too, especially like with this nice mounding habit this one has. It's going to make a really nice tree in the garden.
Yeah, I love this for just the small spaces in your garden. This is going to be a smaller variety of your lace leaf types. So it's going to work in a lot of great, I think this would be great for containers. I mean, we say that all the time, but we like to try to give you guys ideas for different ways to use these in your landscape. So, you know, if you have a small spot up by the house, you could put it there. It's going to stay low. It's not going to grow up over a window. You could put it under a window, something like that. Beautiful fall color on this too. You get some nice yellows and oranges. So it really, really lights up in the fall and just keeps getting your attention. That new summer growth gets you nice kind of yellow, kind of the chartreuse green, yellow colors come popping off of it. But I just love, like when maples start to kind of dive into the deeper world of dissectums, you get that fine lace leaf, really nice texture on this thing. I just think it's definitely one people should have in their garden.
Yeah, man. And if you want to have this in your garden and you want to support us at MrMaple.com, make sure to go check out this 10 at 10. But guess what? Guys, Brian and I, man, we work hard on these videos, all right? You know, Brian's putting together that 10 at 10 list, man. I'm sitting there editing it, man. I got sweat pouring down my face. And it's for you guys out there. And we love bringing this content to you. So show us a little bit of appreciation. Drop a like down below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. What are you doing, man? We're posting content every single day.
Every single day, man.
Sometimes more than every single day. That's just how crazy we are here at Mr. Maple. It's all for you guys. Yeah, go check out that Facebook group too, man. Lots of cool people in there that are going to help foster that horticultural flame that's burning inside of you, man.
Absolutely, man.
I want to say all the way from Japan, man, but all of our trees are from Japan, man. If you think about it, dude, like they all originate from Japan. This one a little bit more so than others because it is an awesome introduction from Kobayashi, Momiji, and those guys like don't miss, man.
No.
I think it's awesome. Just like Matt and Tim kind of walking to this, making this homage from America to Japan, going and seeing the original tree that this came off of. And yeah, I know there's a Charlie Sheen documentary going around right now. He has that tiger blood, but apparently the Ryusen kind of translates to dragon spirit. So if you got that tiger blood, but you want that dragon spirit in the garden, pick up you a Ryusen, man.
Yeah, man. We got some nice staked 2 gallon size Acer palmatum Ryusen for you guys. I love seeing them in these sizes because we did all the hard work for you, man. We've got these staked up. They've got a great start right here. The shape looks awesome on these, man. I remember finding this set, getting them ready for the 10 at 10. I'm like, whoo, telling you, man, people are going to get excited. I love when you can get a good size on something to start with. It kind of makes it a little bit easier, that journey into its maturity as it grows. And these are going to be staked up tall for you already. Nice 2 gallon sizes. Now, Ryusen is interesting to me because you can create so many dynamic shapes with this tree. Every branch can be staked and manipulated and trained to grow in different fashions. And I've never seen 2 Ryusens that look the same. I've grown this several times back in Oklahoma. I had a nice one of these. Very heat tolerant plant as well. And just because it's that weeping style, it just always grabs my attention. Every time I see one, I think it's just so unique to itself that it's like, wow, you know, even if you've seen Ryusen 100 times before, you see that one, you're like, I've not seen one that looked like that. So I was excited to get these offered for you guys, nice 2-gallon sizes.
It's so cool when there's a tree, and I call these Play-Doh trees, man, because they just have so many options. I've been seeing a lot of people growing interesting ways, like on the Facebook recently. But just to name a few of the different ways: unstaked, low graft, unstaked. You got the high graft. You got staked up right here like this. You can grow it in a topsy-turvy, upside down. Dude, trellis this tree. You know, like hanging basket. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like,
I mean,
it's a Swiss Army knife of a tree, man, and like. That's something that moves like higher up on the priority list for me is whenever, this tree isn't just like one specific thing. It can be made into like, it's a dealer's choice, man. And I think, like I was saying earlier, I love choice. Sometimes I get a little hung up on choices,
right.
But this is not going to be a bad choice to make, Ryusen. Man, I've seen this in Texas. I've seen it in New York. Yeah. I've seen it in Oregon. Dude, it's like this plant grows everywhere. Everybody loves it. And yeah, you're going to love it too.
Definitely pick one of these up today. All right, y'all. Sometimes you just got to either go big or go home, right? Well, today we're bringing you some 10-gallon size Acer palmatum Viridis.
Viridis. Man, this thing also synonymous to waterfall. You know, I think that's kind of confirmed now at this point. This one is so amazing. It's an introduction that's been in the nursery game for a minute. You know, you go throw a rock in a garden, man, you might hit one of these, honestly, dude. And there's a reason, dude. This is a hardy tree. It's gonna look great. It gives you some really nice fall colors. It has a nice contrast in the garden. Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I love Viridis. I mean, I think it's one of those classic lace leaf style Japanese maples. Like you were talking about, I mean, so popular in modern day landscapes. I mean, almost every house that you see has either got a red lace leaf or a green lace leaf. Chances are it's a Viridis waterfall out in front of their house. And what I love about this is that just such a great color. You know, like I think a lot of houses are in those kind of darker tones. Usually it's like a red brick house or something like that. So a lot of those red lace leaves can get a little bit lost putting those up by a house, but this right here is definitely going to create a bold green presence out in the spring and summer, and then the fall colors on this thing are absolutely electric, man. Some of my favorite fall colors are on the waterfall or Viridis. Those oranges and yellows that you can get on this in the fall, it's just electric. I mean, it just glows, especially get it out in some sun, and it just illuminates and glows out there. We got some great 10-gallon sizes for you guys, man. These are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to want to miss out on this. That was a great 10 of 10, man. Guys, I'm going to give out a couple shout outs. Shout out to Scott's Trees, bro. He's the one that left those comments. We're going to try to be a little bit better about hitting those zones up. And, you know, sometimes we got to, you know, give a little bit more information, man. So hopefully we helped out this time. We're going to try to keep up with that as we go into, you know, more and more of these 10 at 10s. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys for checking this out. That 10 at 10 is probably going to be dropping in, depending on how long this video is, maybe the next 20-25 minutes. So get that mouse ready.
Yeah.
You know, go take your morning walk or something like that, and just be prepared.
Be prepared.
Because, dude, we got some heat on this 10 at 10, man.
We've got great sizes on all of these, man. I think you guys are going to be excited about getting these and adding them to your landscape. I know I get excited. I'm out here when I'm trying to pick these 10 to 10 together. I kind of think of it as like I'm shopping for the customers. I'm like, ooh, look at those Viridis. I think they'd like that. Let's get those out there. So it's a lot of fun. We appreciate all y'all's support, man. Shopping at MrMaple.com. We really appreciate that. And all the support here on the YouTube channel. We put a lot of work into it every day, putting content out there for you guys. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching, y'all. Open house coming up soon. I almost forgot about that, man.
Open house coming up soon.
So guys, if you got a big 10-gallon, you don't want to get shipped. You're like, man, I want to make sure that thing gets home with me. I want to be the one to bring it home. You can always hold stuff for the open houses. Sometimes it's easier if you're already coming up here anyway.
Yeah.
Especially, you're going to save a little bit on shipping with especially something this large. And yeah, guys, thanks so much. Remember, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.